Elderly and disabled tenants from the old Columbia Point housing project said today that they've been living under miserable conditions since ownership of the complex was transferred to private developers. They complain that Harbor Point associates have shown a serious disregard for their rights, and they suspect a campaign by management to discourage them from moving into the new development. Marcus Jones has more.
She's the caretaker.
Tenants came to this news conference with a long list of grievances. High on the list, complaints about how management is handling the transition of longtime residents from the old Columbia Point housing project to the new luxury Harbor Point development.
They give you an option. You either stay here or they give you $4,000. This applies to everybody. Get out. And so I really think that they want us out.
Low-income tenants awaiting their move into the new Harbor Point complex say management would prefer that they left the site altogether. This woman was paid to move out and told not to return.
All they was really saying is get out and don't come back, because you're not allowed here no more. And I've been out here for 28 years, and they're going to tell me to do something like that. That's not right.
Concerns that disabled residents may be separated from their families in the relocation process brought this state official out today.
It appears to me, just from being here today, there are violations based on age and disability, and those are the avenues we'll pursue.
Among other things, tenants are concerned about a policy banning pets in the new buildings. It's especially distressing to the elderly tenants who see the animals as their closest companions. Alice Stacy has lived at Columbia Point for more than 20 years. She has 2 pets, one of them a cat, which she is determined to keep. Is it unfair?
Certainly it's unfair. All I'm asking is to keep my cat. I don't care about anything else.
We're trying to work with to accommodate her, keeping her pet, but not here on site. She has
essentially she has to leave the point. No.
Yeah, well, she does. We've also offered Alice, that if, God forbid, anything happens to her pets, that she could move back.
The pet issue is forcing the elderly to make choices that some believe they shouldn't have to make.
The people that have lived here for 25, 30 years should have a right to decide if they want to live in that senior building. Whether they have pets or not, they can tell whether or not they want to live there or anywhere else. They can choose if they want.
For Cotelia Thomas, the choice between moving out or keeping 12-year-old Princess is a question of life or death. She says she'd rather put her dog to sleep than run the risk of it being abused by strangers. However, time is of the essence for both of them, because the new building for elderly tenants is scheduled to open next month.
I really don't want to think about it, but I'll be very frank with you, because she's all I have.
And apparently they don't understand that.
They don't understand that she's very precious.
For the 10 o'clock news, I'm Marcus Jones.